Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Back at it. It's gonna be nothing else than the Hellcase Cup Finals. Kinguin, they couldn't seize it back there on Mirage, which means, let's see what those lads got to offer us right here on Train. Picked by Kinguin, AVANGAR has won 9 out of 9 times in the past 3 months. You have to say the opposition of Kinguin mostly has been a little bit tougher than the one of AVANGAR, but I mean, beating Heroic, for example, or when you go further, Movie Store Riders, Ents, Euronics on this map, well, yeah, it has something to say, but most of the opponents of AVANGAR have been quite weak. Mostly Winsight, 5-ball Simon, mostly never heard if you're just focused on the tier 2 or tier 1 scene. I know that Crimson and Cody can make the move onto the B side quite easily. The bomb's going to go down. Crimson is not realizing that there's one back on the tank wagon. Taz close, but Taz taken out, and that has been the crucial move both sides. I've just now needed Minis finding Kickert because both have now found a frag. This is looking quite okay for a retake, but Minis mid-air taken out. Same goes with Buster, and now Reed's try your luck, but running away would be a legitimate option. Rather not. Puts him down to 1 HP. He doesn't have a kit, and initial situation doesn't look too good. He makes a jump, can't find a body shot there onto Fitch. It's just one single bullet he would need. He doesn't get it. James is going to take him out in the end. AVANGAR starting things off quite good. 1-0. For the team of Fitch & Co. And that Fitch & Co. team, in general, delivering us a quite tight matchup back there on Mirage. How Train is going to be, it's difficult if you're asking me, because, first of all, both teams have only played once against each other here on Train. That was back at the Adrenaline Cyber League qualifier. It was a 16-11 back then for AVANGAR. Only once Kinguin won, actually, against the lads from Kazakhstan and Russia. So in general, the team doesn't have the best initial situation, but it's about a good share of money. $57,000. 40% of that. $57,000. Language, English is my best. God, this. God, that was. Okay. It's not my first language, don't judge. Anyway, what I wanted to say 40% of the crowd-funded pool of $57,000 will go to the winner of this match. That was clear English. Not Oxford, of course, but clear enough. That's how it feels like, at least. I know you really gotta say right now, team of Kickert starting off things good. Should just continue this way. If you remember, though, we had it. Yeah, just why do I even open up my mouth? The same way we had it back on Mirage. It might just turn back because back on Mirage, AVANGAR won the first, but then conversion round. AVANGAR should be yours. It works with 1. It's a bit of a shocker how this goes then for Kinguin. Unbelievable. Same procedure as every year, you could say, because Kinguin, they're finding follow-up force, allowing them, nearly shooting his teammate, allowing them to get that round number 1 onto them. And that's a bit of a surprise, very honestly. And honestly, a bit of a shame how AVANGAR has given us away over and over and over again, but seemingly they can't really make it work with that. James now being the only one surviving, and therefore his AK might be the useful tool the team needs. And mostly, you know, teams not being able to win the pistol round, but the conversion thing, that's a bit unusual. Beautiful music, by the way. right now with 125 left of the clock. Reeds might be a bit of a problem. Comes down to Buster. He saw him. One body shot of this guy should be taken out any second. Here it comes. First strike found. Nobody rotating. Taz as well as Mouse would have a quite fast way onto the B side if they'd like to. Seems like at that point in time, it's rather rotation they're making over. If Pop Doc, though, is the best idea, nah, it's debatable. Mosino moving out, though. AVANGAR taking a lot of time with this. By that, I legit mean a lot of time. Krisen is going to come together with James onto the A side, which seems to be actually a very reasonable move. Talking about, there's the first player out. In connector, there's going to be a Manise waiting. Smoke isn't the most helpful thing right now. Manise. Oh, he sees the player. He sees Krisen. Yep, he does. And therefore, he takes him out. Fitch, though, needs to be fast as hell to get that C4 down. It's going to be James doing it. That works. Reeds can't deny it in time. It's James, though, taken out. That's another Mech 10. It's on the battlefield. Fitch is going to play around Reeds. He saw him. Oh, no, he can't connect those shots! Oh, Reeds, this was all yours. And it was all yours, and it is all his. Sad situation that comes in from the final Mach 10 player. Kinguin with the 2-1. Deja vu is what you could call it. A major deja vu. Like, when we take a peek at our odds from GG Bets, you definitely see that AVANGAR is, technically speaking, very much favored. I wouldn't agree with those odds, very honestly. I mean, AVANGAR might be the favorable team, though just on paper, Kinguin is better regarding ranking and recent statistics and so on and so on. But yeah, Kinguin. Right now, going to the right direction with this. Train being their peak. Their peak. Jesus, today's not one of those good English days. And James, Kicker, and Buster, yeah, they're trying their best, of course, to get a few fractions at least into to hurt the CT's economy, but that's not working out. Great angle, Machino finds there in the end. James might have a close range shot onto Rallin, but only puts him down to 35, and therefore starts we already had previously. By the way, don't forget about the case on Hellcase. Actually, the crowdfunding of you made it all possible. Because otherwise we wouldn't have achieved that $57,000 prize pool, which is quite decent. 40% long to the winner of this tournament. So right now, Taz already finds himself Krisen. Start is good. Another one coming in from Manise, who took a close-range duel here against Fitch. And what a great start for AVANGAR round number 5, as they're already losing 2 players after just 30 seconds. And those 2 individuals would have been actually quite crucial. Instead, see how it went. Buster coming close to the B side right now. Putting him down to 11 HP might be a little bit beneficial, but you see Reeds just waiting back there onto the site. Just wants to wait until the moment for him to shine is coming. James and Co. talking about Buster. Already taken out, and therefore it might be the call to save it. $0 and $50 with nobody executed on the opponent's side. we're just in the start of this game. I mean, AVANGAR, they didn't have the best beginning back there onto Mirage as well. I mean, on paper, Kinguin is a more CT-sided team anyway when it comes down to train. Mostly, I mean, winning against teams like Fraxers, Alternates, AGO, Red Reserve isn't actually one of them, but I mean, you have to say, that's actually quite decent. Whilst mostly AVANGAR had weaker opponents, their statistics look beautiful, but that's not 100% representative. This sort of buy, AVANGAR might try, but James, he would be the one crucial individual. Find players early on. It's not the case though. At least for the moment. He just saw a bit of the shadow and he goes aggressive. He wants that, but up on the wagon. He drops the AWP to one of his teammates. That's actually really, really fast. And a good move from him. Definitely, that's going to be Masino hearing those steps. Now giving away the information to his team, telling them they're trying to rather escape position of B. And this is where we're seeing free players mostly focusing on holding those entry points. And Miniz is going to be the first one who might just find Fitch. As James up on the dumpster. He just wants that. It seems like Miniz has the idea, and he does. Fitch doesn't even move a second. Miniz keeps his eyes on the AWP, so nobody's able to grab it. At the same time, Buster's trying, and Fitch is actually finding himself that AWP. Talking about it, he still does. But Kinguin shouldn't have any real problem to find this round. And right now, 2 rifles are on the side of AVANGAR. You don't really want this to be around where AVANGAR can get any room to breathe. And at this point in time, it's only going to be the kicker who's trying to find anything. But going back to the team, 20 more seconds to stay alive. And Kinguin, you want to keep your CT economy as high as possible. Therefore, no reason to aggress anyone. And a very logical move, of course. Figured having a bit of a problem right here. Nearly dying, but grabbing at least that M4. When we were talking about it. Reeds comes, but he doesn't hunt. At least he doesn't go far enough. And have a little bit of interaction during the pause. Last map, Cash, what do you think? Whew. It's difficult, really. I mean, the teams... AVANGAR is beaten on this. Yeah. It seems Kinguin in general get more of this international, not CIS experience. So... I personally would go right now for Kinguin. They seem to be more concentrated in my eyes. Because right now, AVANGAR, we've seen that on Mirage. They're delivering a good standardized play on basic fundamentals of Counter-Strike. But we have seen a few moments, for example, of Kickard, where he seems not 100% focused. We had a few moments of players where they didn't seem like they were 100% having their head in the game. And it seemed that was more likely fundamental mistakes. As we've seen our director doing his best. On a Rallen who's down to 1 single point of health. We see AVANGAR consistently struggling. The problem of all of this is, right, what you're really seeing being the problem about it is even if they have that great CT side, and that could be technically true, I mean, statistically speaking, yeah, it's decent, it doesn't help them if Kinguin is having an immense advantage right now. They are aiming and they're heading for that. Though it's going to be Crescent going quite deep into this. Oh, he can't find the shot on Terral, and now he must make the shot, and that should make him a quite obvious target. Breeds, peeking up wide on the left-hand side, finds the first. More likely the second for his entire team. The bomb dropped 17 more seconds. Fitch is now known. Buster's making a move out. And the team of AVANGAR, they can make that plant work. They have all the utility. They have mostly high HP players. Reeds, who might just find Fitch. Oh no, the wrong timing for him. There's the op from Minis doing its job. Kickert also on the AWP, now spotted out and can't really connect his shots. There's one guy coming closer, and that's Mausino. He can go for the defuse. Kickert is going to just keep that gun.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
This is a bit of a surprise. Though Kinguin is far better, or far, I mean, mathematics have never been my thing. Around 14 percentage points better on the CT sites. It's correct. Yes, mathematics always been my thing. They're 40 percentage points better on that CT site. I still don't believe that's gonna be, like, right now the crucial point where you see why Kinguin is so much goddamn better. Surely, it might be an indicator, but it doesn't feel like AVANGAR is 100% set right now. It feels like some of their duels are not really the way you want them to be. And so on and so on. As they're right now all waiting for this. There it comes. Smokes all executed. Reed's finding himself the first. Fitch gonna be executed, and then... Oh, my knees! That was a nasty shot here! And the Polish player, he even finds one through the flames. It's gonna be Buster, at least gets a flanking individual. And it seemed for a second like he shot Crizzen into the back. Maybe that was just a bit of damage, but 3 individuals on the Kinguin side shouldn't have a hard time. Buster. Nail in that coffin. No chance right now. And Kinguin's dominance is just beautiful to watch. This is like the good old Michael Schumacher days. Might be boring, but it's clean. You know, 7-1 is the scoreline. Just one more for Kinguin, and they got already that half set for themselves. There it comes. Reed's finding himself at least that frag, but it seems like B-side might be the position they want to go. On the other hand, the problem is... Oh no, the belay. Oh no, they're running besides each other, and Taz is just going to realize... Knock seems worthless. Mausino, though, coming in from behind. Oh no. Oh no, and that's even unfortunate. More unfortunate it is. Because you saw Taz, who could technically grab himself Fitch by the neck. But then he just walks past him. So Kinguin, they have to realize AVANGAR is getting there first, and Kickert arrives just from the side. He flanks, comes by, a few bullets into the chest. But the economy and the accountant of Kinguin says, yeah, it's fine. Till this day, It's a riddle to me how people think I'm pansy. Sure, if you say it's because of the high-pitched voice, I understand. I honestly understand. But I think you should be able to distinguish a British and an American accent. Or, not American, I don't want to claim that I have an American accent, just not British. Let's say not British, okay? That's probably the best way to go. So, get your ears checked. That's my recommendation. I have bad ears as well, so don't worry. Reed, on the other hand, he has good aim, finding himself prisoned for the smoke, allowing the team to beat our man equalized. Buster also getting a bit of 5.56 ammunition for the head, and this is a kind of play I didn't 100% understand. It's usual to play 2 players back onto B. You're pushing out over the catwalk, which might be surprising. Okay, Taz. That's sabotage. Basically, they threw away multiple nades onto Pop Doc. Oh, no. Kicker to Mausino. They're doing the stair duel through the smoke. Nade goes steep. Let's Kicker down to 58. Which is actually 85. German numbers, by the way. Horrible thing. Kicker. Make that move out of Pop Doc. Time's not really in their favor. He's the first. Mausino could have just played passive, but he rather searches for the duel, and then finds Kickard, which makes it only a 4 versus 1. And Kickard, he's not going to have the best situation up ahead of him. Tries to tap away. No chance. Mausino saying bye-bye to the head of Fitch. Prison, by the way, 0-0-9. And let my memory be horribly wrong, because I can't access the scoreboard from the previous match. But I think, if I'm not totally wrong, or was Krisen actually having 21-19? Was it 21-19? I think it was. Kinguin already secured the half, though. And right now, at that point in time, with the eco of the opponent coming up ahead of them, AVANGAR might just have a bit of a tough time up ahead, even when sides are being switched, because Kinguin could achieve the double digits any second. Their game plan does seem once more a little bit uncoordinated. We saw a few pushes coming in, which didn't seem to really be correct. Let's say it like that. Let's put it that way. There were a few situations where I was a little bit surprised. This round is finding players as well. This is one of those rounds where you can basically see what's going not so right. And, well, talking about stats real quick. The highest ADR on the server comes from Reeds, the second highest, Jane. A little bit of a shocking situation is right now for AVANGAR. A team that is, by the way, 9-0 on HLTV in the last 3 months on Train. It's not really, well, putting it up. Getting punched to the ground every single time all over again. Kicker right now, squatting in the corner, praying to not die, and it seems like no one's coming close enough at the moment. Interesting. Okay, I'm reading one smart comment. It's actually an interesting comment for the moment. You do have more of a British accent, though, mostly because your intonation is getting higher at the end of the word, which is typical British speaking. Thank you. This is something that sounds logical and sense-making, though I don't know if it's true, which I don't mean to call you a liar, don't get me wrong. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. Thank you very much for that insight. I don't know, how do Americans speak? It's a good question. Right, okay. Good to know. I'll consider it, and later when I lay in bed and read my Bible, I will make my head wrap around that thought. Right now, AVANGAR better get their head, though, in this game. As in round number 12, Kinguin might achieve those double digits, which you don't really want to see at that point in time. Kinguin dominant, no doubt about it. Reeds and Co. showing their A game right here on train. We might just go on cash. Cash, not quite sure how to feel about that. A very pug frag heavy sort of map kicker taken out by Marcino. Our director doesn't want to show us. Right now, disgusting headshot from Tass, done it really well there. Jame on his own, 10-2. Clean. This is just basically clean Counter-Strike coming at us from Kinguin, and AVANGAR not taking a break. Having this really fought through, it seems. 0-11 from Krisen is a bit of a shock, though. I hope he doesn't get the 0-17 from Quito. That would be unfortunate to say it like that. Anyway, aggression coming in early. Manice is going to be countered. As you're seeing right there, main focus of AVANGAR has shifted over there onto IV position. And that IV position, it hasn't worked out too well for AVANGAR yet. Slow approach, 1 minute. That mark we already hit. Rallen find the first into Jame, and directly switching over onto A main, but Smoke doing it right. Oh, and there's a Buster coming in from the left-hand side, but the op. My bullet in the chamber at the right sort of time. And now Rallen is hoping for anyone to come over in A main. Oh, a beautiful shot that's coming in from Krisen, and suddenly it's going to be the man advantage over there from the site of AVANGAR. Problem though that appears, Fitch coming near Reeds. Now Maniz, unfortunately for himself, there's nothing else. And the CZ, and over on the left hand side, there's a Fitch. He passes out, finds one. Single body shot of the Krisen would be enough. Oh, and he passes him. Oh no, and now Maniz. Your left hand side. Ah, okay, I like that. Kicker. No, oh, they're passing. That would have been just too crucial. That would have been just too insane. Number 3, and I think also the first frag coming in for Krisen. Indeed, actually the first 2. And I think the discussion from Twins 9X and Subrendo is one of the most constructive discussions I've ever seen on Twitch. Just reading a little bit on the side here, and it's good. It's nice to have constructive discussions once in a while. Anyway, though, Rallen and Co. Having that opportunity to go for 12-3. Right now, shutting down the economy of AVANGAR, which didn't just pretty much seal the deal for having this 12-3 scoreline. Also, on the other hand, it looks like at that point in time, AVANGAR might just pick up a few rounds sporadic. In a sporadic sort of manner they do, and that doesn't really help them in the end, as they're getting killed over and over again. Taz finds another onto Kicker. That didn't seem like much effort was put in, but then Buster, with a beautiful shot onto Taz, opens up opportunities for the A site. But once more it's time, and once more it's especially not a bomb, but any of those hands off the AVANGAR players. At the same time, Marcino kills Buster. Pitch finds Rallen. Left, right, and center players are fallen. This time, it's Raze who's staying in connector. Waiting for the support flash. Scoped up. It's every single angle. Oh, he has been hurt. Now he knows James coming. Really the wrong angle he's looking. He can't make it work. Reeds comes out, and that's the right sort of timing. Kinguin with the 11-3. And that 11-3 right there. That's pretty much showing us why they have picked Train. I think that's right. That dominance you would expect. And that dominance right there, it won't be stopped. Not a single second as they flourish over and over again. And those modern muskets, only doing their job right, at least from the Kinguin side. Task finding James, early start, and the players are now focusing more on the aggressive approach, at least for kickers. But that CZ hasn't worked in a long time. 12-3. This might just be, and from then on the piss round is the place where it really matters. Because either way, it's not working out as intended. Buster and Fitch, the last two individuals. And just technically speaking, I don't want to jinx it, don't get me wrong, but this should be that 12-3, and from that point on, get a pistol, and you're pretty much good to go. To put that in your back and say thanks a lot. AVANGAR won the piss round, by the way. AVANGAR winning the pistol, and then the follow-up, that doesn't seem to be really their thing, very honestly.
Counter-terrorists win.
12-3, as expected. And therefore, Kinguin, oh, they're doing it really, really right with this one. It seems like they don't have many more obstacles up ahead of them, though AVANGAR's, well, CD side might be just a little better. Don't forget about the chicken, though. Just that you remember. Well, to free. Half number 2. Kinguin's aggression. This is where it matters. This is especially coming down. James. No shadow seen. There comes the first. And as they're coming at him, Kicker is going to be the last one. He's getting dinged there, back on the sights. And Rowland is going to be finishing him off in the end. Oh, AVANGAR, you're getting shut down and executed. That's Crescent. Really fast and last individual in this. Running away might be a legit option to at least have the body armor to not buy it up in the next one. There it goes. Finds it. 13-3. 10-round difference. And that's just amazing. As Kinguin show what they're made of. Polish steel, it seems to be. And you know, AVANGAR in conversion rounds, that's one thing. Kinguin on conversion rounds, well, they mostly are able to seal a deal there. Svichenko trying. I mean, dualies on the kicker is one thing. Whilst at the same time, kicker and his team are not realizing that A side has now been taken by the Penguins. Or the Kinguins. However you want to call them. Same time, it's going to be Massino doing the Usain Bolt back over onto the side of A. The run successful enough to get that C4 down in just a second. And Massino and co will then realize that AVANGAR are not coming at it. I love the peek of the head there, but it doesn't work out in the end. Picks the MP5? He does. Let's see what he got actually himself there. It's a dirt drop. I don't know, I don't like the new skins of the MP5, and I honestly don't understand why Valve doesn't even just drop a few skins. Like, but maybe that's just me. Just take 10 skins that are actually popular, and from then on, use those 10 skins, publish them all, make more money, everyone is happy, and a 14-3 is also making Kinguin happy. Ta-da! That's how I learned about economics. Anyway, Kinguin on the 13-3 and AVANGAR lost in, well, I would like to say lost in translation, but they're just lost on train, basically, nowhere to go and no clue where to go. As right now, the Polish lads are showing what they're made of. Krizen, though, with a double. Excuse me, it's Buster and Krizen finding 2. That's the right way to put it. And Taz also tagged by that scout. In the end, though, Kinguin. I'm just a little down in this round. Might be even losing this one, which will lead to a weird bye, to say it like that, as we see Massino and Taz economically not being so brilliant. You never know. Those rounds, a kind of surprise, it pretty much is. My prediction for this match, I think Kinguin will win this one for sure. I think Kinguin will win cash as well. AVANGAR don't seem focused today. I can't tell you why. They don't just seem to have their head in the game. It's my guts. Same, it's getting the damage chance himself as well. No, Massino doesn't get the hit. He wanted actually onto the opponent. They're trying to avoid the duels right now. The bomb is in the hands of Massino, and now no real chance to get that one down. Kicker silently killing Massino in the end. Still a 10-round difference we're having ourselves. The pause from Taz coming in early, and I like that a lot. Not quite sure if it's tech though. It should be tactical. With 14-4 being the case, the buy mixed from Kinguin, but it seems like a big Polish train. The Polish train is slow. It's not the fastest one, but it might be very effective. Talking about it, Kicker gets his dink. No assistance arriving on the B side yet. Might be a vulnerable position anytime soon. As Tas could move out together with his teammates. With REC, AVANGAR putting 2 other guys onto the V site. If that not might be a little too fast. Tas going for the smoke. Underneath! Oh no! Krisen gets in midair! And that's... then falling apart a little for Kinguin. The eco is gonna come in. As you heard that, Fitch just underneath. He's not interested, Rallen, rather sticks to his AK. Nice drop. Could even get the bump down onto the A side if he makes the fast move. He wants to play a little around. He says, knock knockbuster, how are you doing? Moving on to B again. Does he just say now it's a prank, bro? Well, the Molotov is not really in his favor in the end. And if Rallen really clutches this out, this would be Polish magic. Low HP onto Kicker. Makes the move. He's gonna see him any second. He does see him this second. And that C4 is gonna go down. It works. Rallen has found free. And he might just be able to find Krisen as well. He's just dancing up there on the train wagon. And his stance says it will be granted with success. No, it won't. It's not working for Rallen, but it's working for Krisen. And he's securing himself and the team to number 5. It was way too tight there though. Kinguin nearly finding a round that should have never been theirs any second. And Rallen jumping over one obstacle after another, but still not achieving the success he was looking for. It was still a brilliant play by him. And that shows how tight those rounds are for AVANGAR, even if they're on the city site. It's not major or clean success they're achieving. It's a bit of a sloppy sort of play sometimes we're seeing. As we're seeing Kinguin with those pistols. Not really having the best chances to get that round, of course. Rallen on the AK though, could try to find 1 or 2. Which is quite interesting. You don't really want to set him first, but he's the one who in the end needs to do the frags, therefore finds the team guns, and then just makes it all more realistic. Back there on the other side. Doesn't work, Rallen though. Tried his best, couldn't make it work. And in the end, he wouldn't still find himself a frag. There might be more. He saw Fitch. Ouch, but then gets stinked. That's unfortunate end of him. It's a shame. He's realizing his ops doing the work. Mausino with a beautiful shot onto Fitch. Kinguin with the 14-6. Right now got the guns back in their hand. Sights. Rowland, of course, playing all of the ZZ, but seems like a more of an aggressive approach. Masino checking the left hand, hopefully in a second. He doesn't. Buster finds one. Tass. So there for the refrac. Now A site. It's going to be the first and only destination at that point. He's getting himself a chain. There's only kickers alive. That might be working out quite well. There's only one individual left. As the economy of AVANGAR isn't the strongest, this might be all going according to plan. Might just all be theirs in just a second. AVANGAR, they've been fighting a little, not too much. As the final player is taken out, we see it right there. Fitch, Buster, and Kickard. Their bank accounts are far away from being filled. (15-6). Kinguin right now are just on a better side in total. All the utility, all the guns, and then you see 2 Deagles and a ZZ. They're in the hands of AVANGAR. Them winning this seems quite unrealistic, very honestly. Unless they're going full throttle, or it seems to be at least. Oh, that nade goes deep. The second one as well. Krisen down to 18. Now that's the guy with the rifle, unfortunately. Couldn't be worse. It just goes worse. Kinguin, very honestly, shouldn't have the hardest time in this. They're fortifying the side of B right now. Just a few more players. Buster tried his long-range luck. Can't really make it work. And we see with 60 seconds, you still have a few more options left. I mean, if they know that they have seized, or like if they know they've gained a lot of attention over there on B, that's unrealistic, very honestly. The indicator has not really been there. Now they're making all the moves. Suddenly, it's an AVANGAR setting up pretty much 4 players for the defense, maybe even 5 in a second. Then it comes down to Manise and Co. They really want to commit, and they seemingly do. The problem that just might occur would be Tass. Now he's coming at him. Tass doesn't realize there's one individual taken out, and it's getting a little tricky right now. Masino needs to make the move. Gets out of Pop Talk in just any second. Player back on the site. That's going to be Krisen. Low HP he is. And out taken maybe in just a second. 2 back onto the site. Defuse, or more likely the plant is coming in, and it seems like Kinguin is giving this away. Not having the time. This is an extremely odd round. More likely this was one extremely odd round. Because Kinguin, I mean, they should have just went a little earlier. I mean, that's easy to say from my perspective, sure. Don't get me wrong, but at that point in time, you had so much pressure onto yourself. Your opponent was already weakened. You know they didn't have the best guns, and right now you put yourself in that position right here. pushing. Tass, yeah, Buster and Co. find themselves what they're looking for. There's the bomb get down, though. Masino, not gonna have the time. No chance. 58, buy still not coming in. And that non-existent buy, which is making it a little bit difficult. I mean, they do? Okay. No big utility they're coming at Swift, though. AVANGAR are just having that right kind of buy. They just might be able to find that right kind of play. Oh no, the no-scope. And another player that just might come, but James, he's staying up there. It's going to be Fitch to be the individual to hold them up. He finds only one at the point in time. Nate goes deep, James with 2. There he gets denied. And Rowland realized that bomb is down, unfortunately for him, and it's another one coming. That might be just working out. Buster's the only individual right now. And C4 should be put on the ground in a second. How is Buster going to do it? He surely got full HP. Surely got that kit. But no smoke. No Molotov. And worse about it, 3 opponents just right up ahead. Sees them in the body. Can't flick onto him. There it comes. 16-8. They've done it. They've done it right now for themselves. They've done it for their team. And they have successfully achieved what they were looking for. Let me just fix that. There we go. Sort of. There we go. It's going to be nothing else than cash we're seeing in a second. Hellcase, Cup number 7, final match, final map. AVANGAR versus Kinguin. Who gets the biggest share of the prize pool? We're going to see it in a second. My name is Sesht. We'll just see each other after the break.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.